Hello one and all, and welcome back to Hippo Cup 9. Here we are with our second bracket stage match of the day. It is going to be Quit School versus Dog Breaking for this one. This should be a pretty fun match. Surprisingly enough, this match occurring because Dog Breaking having one of the lower point differentials on a team that made it out, despite being the #1 seed of the tournament. Whereas Quit School, kind of the opposite, close to one of the best point differentials while being the lowest seeded team to make it into the tournament, as well as by default and by happenstance being the lowest seeded team to survive that group stage. So should be a curious outing between these two teams. We'll have to see how the skill cap does on Quit School with the slightly harder map pool. But again, the Quit School roster is phenomenal regardless. You're looking at players like Chalk Gamer, Carlos Frost, as well as TFGE number 37 and Seifs, who are in the lobby currently. This six-man roster, even I'm unsure, Suntan has not played a match for this team yet. But, like, even without Suntan, this is an incredibly strong team with mostly Chilean players, but a handful of really solid 4-digit D rankers as well. So, should be a hoot. Should be a good one. Going against Dog Breaking, a 394 average rank on this team. Of course, has classics like Dido, Misha Awa, Origin, and Nathan Ram, just to name a few, of course. Kirochi, Maxim, Aheo, Avacetic. This is just such a strong roster, as well as Yolks Pie for that reading the lowest ranked member in the team by a difference of over 3,000. So, putting in work is Dog Breaking in this match. Gonna be rolls coming through, with Quit School opting to run first pick. This is a strategy you see mostly in best of 9 matches, because it gives you the final pick in match point tiebreaker differential situations. But in a best of 11, I'm unsure if that remains the case. Maybe Quit School thinking this is going to be a close one, which I would beg to agree given the prowess on both of these teams and the players in the lobby. Second ban for Dog Breaking. First ban to Quit School. If I'm Quit School, I'm looking to get rid of the most skill cap maps in this pool, by virtue of how just like generally skill cappy this Dog Breaking team is, right? Like even a player like Origin, who is the captain of Dog Breaking, second lowest rank on the team is rank 920, but also he's beaten Nineric on like a 9-star pool. So like the skill cap on that team is kind of unreal comparatively. That ban from Quit School gonna be the DT2, which makes sense. It's the highest skill cap map in this pool, highest SR by about 0.25. Only secondary to that free mod 3, so getting rid of the DT2, that 215 BPM, plenty solid, as well as DT6, first ban for Dog Breaking. If you are the higher seeded team or a favorite in a match, you want to get rid of those super gamble maps. So DT6, 7 seconds long, yet to be picked in any of our previous matches, but to fall to the wayside in this one via a ban from Dog Breaking. And on to the second ban for Quit School. If the DT2 was any indication, it's going to be another ban for the way of skill cap on Quit School. I'm looking at maybe a map like the HR1 or Nomad 1 could be solid, as those are the most difficult non-gimmick maps in the pool. But joining me now is co-caster Wyden. How you feeling about this matchup? Bottom seed of the tournament versus the top seed of the tournament.
Honestly, really excited to look at this match. Obviously, the bottom seed and the top seed might seem like it's going to be an uphill battle for the lower seed. However, if you look at the rosters, it doesn't really seem that doomed, and especially considering how interesting this pool is, wink wink nudge nudge DT5 and DT6, then in that case, I would imagine that the lower seeded team, which I think is Daybreaking, if I recall correctly, or was it Quit School?
No,
Quit School.
Dogbreaking is super high.
Yeah, my bad. It was Quit School. But yeah, in this case, Quit School can definitely surprise us nonetheless. So yeah, really excited about this match. What are your thoughts? Because I kind of missed them.
Yeah, these bands are pretty interesting. It's Nomad 7, Nomad 5, DT6, and DT2, the bands to come about for these teams. The double speed band for Quit School. And I feel like a lot of the matches so far have been in the realm of like just straight gimmick versus tapping. But in a team like Dogbreaking, you have a little bit more all-around potential on the team.
Oh, for sure.
Quit School, they have this 4 core that's super solid. TFG, number 37, and Seifs. Like, those 3 are going to be playing most of the maps, regardless of mod pool and just based off of who is around. They have not had their full roster in for any match, and I feel like this match is going to be no exception. So it's just really dependent on who is showing up on the day for Quit School for these picks. But with that Nomad 5 ban, I'm looking at maps like HR2, I'm looking at maps like Nomad 4, those perfect stack maps in this pool. That little bit of reading variance goes a long way, and I feel like is going to be where Quit School go. After DT5, we're going to go into Endless Dream Park. And
let's go!
As much as I think Quit School should be picking gimmick in this match, you have just picked DT5 into Yolk's Pie, this is Yolk's Pie's favorite map in the game. Apparently. So he has said in the map pool feedback. And hence why we have this FC edit of the map in for this matchup.
FC edit, my favorite. But yeah, the map by itself, I mean, I don't think it needs that much introduction. Those who were around and back in the good old 2017, 2018 should be able to remember the map. It's your 2B map with the most emotional song ever. That has a ranked version now, by the way, so make sure to take a look at that. I think Yopspa even has a diff on that song. I know that's sad. But that being said, the map is 1 minute and 23 seconds long, and I really love the comment from Digital Hypno that he gave it during the map pool showcase. To round out the BPM balance, and you have a 48 BPM map, but do not let the BPM scare you or confuse you, because this map, I mean, 2B by itself, you have the sliders just go whoosh. That's like the best description I can give for this skill set.
Yeah, it's interesting because the slider density reading is certainly a factor. You are seeing more of the gimmick roster hopping for Dogbreaking, Nathan Ram, Misha Awa. Misha Awa is going to be filling most maps for this team, but in terms of reading prowess, likely to be on the hidden here. As for the final 2, I'm more curious about the 4th player for Quit School on this map. We're going to be able to see who is available for them today. I would imagine, like, if Suntan is around, it would be him. Otherwise, maybe, like, Chalk Gamer? Question mark? Like, I'm really unsure.
Probably Chalk Gamer. Not really sure about Suntan. I mean, as much as great as Suntan is, I don't think it is a type of map that he'd play, usually. But, yeah, I mean, like, if you take a look at the roster for Daybreaking, you have Misha Ava, Nathan Ram, Spy. I mean, that already says a lot about this pick, and Quit School, it being their pick, I think, it might be a little bit of an uphill battle here, because if you look at those names on the opposing team, you might as well be scared, but Quit School, they're not quitting, especially, I mean, they might have quit the school, but they're not quitting when they see danger, and they will be the ones to show up on their first pick, which is this DT5.
Yeah, DT5 inbound. It's going to be Gonza assuming 4th position here for Quit School. Gonza's been taking over a little bit more of an all-rounder role in recent months, especially post-OWC. Been really solid on more than just his usual speed fill stuff. of course, long-standing member of the OWC roster, as a number of these members on Quit School. But back to the mods, it's going to be Hiddens on... Oh, wait. We're going to get an abort in like 2 seconds because GNX is not playing the map. Tough. Well, Hiddens on number 37 TFG will be assumed in the future because, you know...
I'm looking at Yuxpai, he knows the snap so well, oh my god. Like, GNX is AFK and it's... Yuxpai makes it seem easy. We still didn't get on a board, but still, oh, there we go.
There we go. Mavosik has this thing where he goes AFK because he like is roughing and commentating 80 things at once.
That's so real.
So,
but yeah, I mean, looking at how the map has started already from like the half of the map that you have, like the map is short as well. It's gonna be 1 minute and 20 feet with double time, but already from the small preview that we've seen so far, Yuxpai was shredding this map.
yeah, 98 is intimidating. For reference, we were happy. Like our top scorer for my team was a 94% FC, and like we were having a hissy fit when they banned it against us. So 98 is unreal. Like that is absurd.
Yeah, sliders on this map are really, really brutal, and if you try to like aim those and get some sort of a semblance of an accuracy, you are indeed goated. But yeah, starting off again, GNX finds a few misses earlier in the beginning, but okay.
Okay, you're not getting a second abort, pal. I swear to God. Like,
did he get a second abort? No.
You should not.
Yeah, that's fair.
Figure it out, man. Like, unfortunately, everyone in Quit School is breaking, so it doesn't really matter. It's still 2 FCs on Yuxpai and Misha Awa. Neither Ram to break is a little bit of an opening, but TFGE is running a solo ship right now, actually holding on to 99% himself. What?
Been hidden as well, by the way. This is crazy.
Yeah, this is... Okay, with that Misha break, this is now a 1v1. If Yuxpai finds the break anywhere here, it's going to be firmly in the grasp of Quit School. But look at these accurate 99.4. Are we tripping? Like what?
The dichotomy of accuracies in this lobby is just so baffling to me. 99% for TFG and 1% for GNX. This is so emotional. TFG though does find a miss though. This kills me the opening, but he finds a miss as well. No combos though. Sips. He needs to hold the hardest part of the map as well. Finds a miss though, sadly, but still, it's still more than doable. If you find some semblance of a combo in this ending, then maybe it's still doable for Quit School. Yuxpai trying his best. TFG also finds a miss. A lot of misses to left, right, and center. GNX still on that 2% accuracy. But besides that, it will not hinder his team because Daybreaking, they will be breaking the prophecy with this one, taking the victory despite GNX not playing the map, basically, but yeah.
With 1 man down, you have won the point. Congratulations. Dito, figure out your thing so we don't have to deal with that again, but a really solid break point in there from Dogbreaking. Yeah, really solid stuff. Yuxpai getting nerve diffed out of the FC, unfortunately, but really good accuracies from himself. Number 37 TFG as well, of course, on that 92. Got pretty close at the tail end.
No, for sure. It started off so well as well, holding on to that 99.5% accuracy up until like half the map is honestly just very, very impressive for this map. But that it comes out that we have a breakpoint already as Quit School lose their first pick and give it away to Daybreaking, and Daybreaking now probably will go to the route of mechanics, I'd imagine.
Yeah, given like you're looking for 4-way FCs still, probably. Like, there are certain teams where at this stage, it is still group stage, like, mentality, where you just go for as many FCs as humanly possible. And DT4 is going to be the play. It's 300 BPM. It's pretty hard to access, but also, this is probably, like, the most likely map for the Quit School players with regards to like stamina difficulty and stuff. This feels pretty solid for them.
Yeah,
because it's 300 BPM. You have Trot Gamer on your team. TFGE number 37 aren't bad at full alt. Like, there's no burst in this map above 7 notes. Like, if they can mash their way through, it is Score v1. This feels slightly more accessible than some of the other tapping maps in this pool. Like, I feel like maybe DT3 or Fremont 3 would have been a little bit better just for variance. But, I mean, who am I to doubt the number 1 seed, right? Like, it's sort of the vibe.
Exactly. But yeah, DT4, given the BPM of this map, the map is 300 BPM, so even those 7-note bursts might feel quite difficult for a few of these players, I'd imagine. But definitely more than manageable for Quit School, despite it not being a map that favors their skill sets. But, yep, Score v1 obviously does also count into the equation, because if you get a 50 on those like 7-note bursts, then it will hurt you more long-term, I'd imagine. Given that there's a lot of bursts at the very end of the map, if I recall correctly. But yeah, Crossover, the map by itself is a solid classic song-wise. I mean, like, the whole pool is just made of classics. A huge W2 Habib on this. And honestly, my favorite map that has been mentioned in the chat already, DT6. That's so emotional. I wish we could see DT6. What do you think, Haba?
They banned it.
They banned it?
Dogbreaking banned it because it's a gamble map and they're the number 1 seed. Like, yeah.
Oh, it's dog breaking. I read it as day breaking. What the hell is wrong with me?
Maxim in the lobby, a Russian OWC player known for speed. I'm curious to. Oh my God, Zyfrost is here. Wait. Suddenly, Quit School has their full tapping roster. Also, I'm surprised not to see Sifs in. Sifs was normally the speed player for the Chile OWC team, was filling in for that. But it's going to be TFGE now on the hidden double time alongside Gonza. Chalk Gamer, DT preference player, and Zyfrost DT preference mostly due to the fact that he plays more tournaments than solo at this rate.
Ice Shark is playing with Hidden as well. Not expect him to go with Hidden on this, but yeah, waiting for a reset on this. But yeah, the map is also really, really short, 1 minute and 15 seconds long. So we are going to be speedrunning through this. TFG still not loading into the map on our end, but so far, so good for both of these teams. I'd imagine 3 FCs on the side of Quit School and 4 FCs from the side of Daybreaking. Probably a 4th FC as well on the side of Quit School, but yeah.
Ideally, we'll have a score from TFG at some point, because...
Oh, wait, they left the lobby.
He has left the lobby now. That earlier break from Maxim was unfortunately a bencher break. So they are just like straight up 2 FCs down now. Accuracy is looking pretty solid. The 96 on Aheo is matched by Zyfrost. Other than that, the 97s are just kind of getting swamped by the 99s. This is what you do when you're the number 1 seed, I guess. It's just, look at them go. Wow.
Yeah, even if you get TFG score in this one, I don't think this will make that huge of a difference unless you see some misses right at the very end of this map. But Amasthetic and Ice Shark showing a complete masterclass on this map so far. Ice Shark was holding on to assess for about half of this map, dropping his accuracy towards the later end. A heal and Amasthetic, they'll find the misses. Konza and Gig Shock Gamer, no FCs for the side of Quit School unless TFG magically comes out with an FC once he is done. But even then, it wouldn't really make a difference because Misha, Ava, and Ice Shark are going to be the ones to hold on to their FCs and ultimately make the difference on this map.
Yeah, that is the double FC up top. Just the slider break and the 2 miss from Aheo and Amasthetic right around the same combo margin. Solid point for Dogbreaking. Unfortunately, it is going to be TFG internet crash. Unlucky. But solid breakpoint consolidation for Dogbreaking. Back over to Quit School. Probably going to take a moment prior to their pick to recoup the beat map reset, and regardless, solid stuff for Quit School. Wait a minute, 17. They said that his internet died prior to the thing? Question mark.
Good question. Not really sure, but even if TFG managed to FC the map offline, then I don't think this would have made a difference because we had 2 FCs on the side of Dogbreaking either way. So, not really the best start here for Quit School, but that being said, still dog breaking with a really confident start. 2-0 as it's going to be Quit School's turn to pick. And yeah, still options left. Sadly, no DT6 because it's banned again, but oh well. Jeff cares today.
Yeah, Jeff cares a little too much. He went to his 9 to 5 or something.
Oh my god. Yep, it is indeed not the best timing, as has been stated in the chat. I'm not sure whether we're allowed to swear or not, but I'd imagine probably not, just in case. But yeah, TFG now is back, but I'm not really sure whether this is gonna... How many seconds left?
Timer 20 moments. I guess they're figuring out the situation, so it's fine. But they're getting set up here. Figuring out what they want to pick up next. If I am them, I'm still eyeing up those perfect stack maps. I'm eyeing up that Nomad 4 HR2 combo for the variants, for the comfort skill sets. This is a team that is very strong on aim control generally. Strong on aim control, strong on reading. If this DT4 was any indication, they do have life in this tournament, and in this match, because regardless, it looked pretty close. I mean, Dogbreaking had the double break right around the same time if they held on tight. So there is potential on these picks, and Quit School just need to find their opening here. Don't let the technical difficulties mental boom you too hard.
Oh yeah, still quite a lot of the maps left for you to try and play and possibly even accept Dogbreaking on. So HR2 is still out open, as you've said. Love Fighter, such a good map. Obviously, me and Hubba, those who know when it comes to this map. But yeah, Nomad 4 as well. But we have a Hard Rock 4 being picked instead, which is an interesting choice. We have Chrono Diver. I mean, I'm all down for it. The song is a banger. But skill set wise, what are your thoughts on this, Hubba?
This is... I need to look at this roster again. Because I'm thinking... Origin doesn't like low SR. So, Hard Rock roster becomes Misha, Awa, Hirochi, Aheo +1? Like Nathan Ram, maybe?
Probably Ice Shark or Nathan Ram. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of options.
Because Dito, I don't think, is playing the rest of the match. Something's going on with his hardware. That's a situation. So I don't know. I don't really think of Nathan Ram as much of a precision player. Meanwhile, Quit School has some solid Hard Rock specialists. Sif's, Zeitfrost, very strong on the Hard Rock, as they are any mod, really. Final player for Quit School, I would imagine, is going to be TFGE on the hidden Hard Rock, because he's been grinding higher approach rate recently, so the Air 10 not going to matter too much to him.
Yeah, but no. TFG has issues once again, though, so I guess Gon's going to be joining instead of him. Get Ice Shark and a heal for the side of Dogbreaking, as well as Yoke Spy, surprisingly. Okay. Was not thinking to Yoke Spy for this, but...
he gets his hidden. He'll be fine, I think. Yep. Maybe a little bit of accuracy was, but this is going to be our precision map. They're also picking this because it's lower SR. The 6.35 on this one of the more straightforward maps in the pool, is just under 2 minutes. Features a lot of this light tech precision patterning and vertical sliders. A lot of the aim of the map just is really focused on your vertical aim. So very tricky in that regard. It's angles that you're not used to aiming linearly. Gonza, I assume, has taken the hidden Hard Rock once we get all our mods loaded in. But this is going to be the roster. Sif, Jock Gamer, Zeitfrost, Gonza running the Mechanics Gauntlet for Quit School while they figure out their internet situations.
Yeah, a lot of technical difficulties on this matchup so far, but nothing too scary yet. I'd imagine for both of these teams, they do manage to field the roster nonetheless. And so far, it still looks really solid for, roster-wise for both of these teams nonetheless. So moving forward now into the first verse of this map. So far, the combo advantage and the accuracy advantage seems to be on the side of Dogbreaking. I mean, the combo was lost for Sips earlier on, an early miss there, not a Mancha one. But yeah, looking pretty good so far for Dog Breaking, looking to secure the third point as we already are done with the third of the map.
Yeah, Misha Awa to trade it, but it's Chalk Gamer immediately after, and Yokes on that div spike. It's the slight, the little burst there, striking out a number of players in this lobby. That recovery combo from Sif's going to be putting in massive work to regain the score lead now. And Sif's going to be able to lock in a little bit here. He is a bit of a precision player himself. Of course, you see that Click X gameplay, the mouse helping the precision there for the consistency after that early break. Zyfrost Gonza holding on to about a 98.7 average on the accuracy, and it's going to keep on building up to their side as no further breaks have happened in this PI. Just a quarter of map remaining. There's still potential for disaster, but Quit School likely to be taking their first point on this one if all goes according to plan. Aheo Maxim doing their best on that bottom row, holding on to FCs regardless, but Sifs with that recovery score gonna be putting in enough work. Even with that tail miss, it's just a spinner and a 2 million above to get their first point on the board.
A well-scouted pick for Quit School here. Zyfrost Gonza putting in work here, and Chalk Gamer as well with Sips on the recoveries. A really unfortunate breaks here for Misha Ava and Yuxpai right in the middle of the map. The score cap, I mean, obviously this is score V1, but still you get score cap nonetheless. And yeah, Yuxpai Misha Ava, really unfortunate misses in the middle of the map. Just the burst catching a lot of people off guard, but Quit School do get their first point on the board now, looking to try and get the momentum back on their side, but it's going to be Dog Breaking's turn to pick. And with the previous DT4 pick, Dog Breaking, I would imagine, would continue to go into that mechanics route, and there's a lot of options for those mechanic picks. You have like a map like Fremont 3, you have your DT2, you have your DT3. The options are there, and Dog Breaking, I imagine, it would probably go for something like that.
Yeah, if I'm Dog Breaking, I'm leaning heavily towards DT3 up next, probably. You're just looking, yeah, there it is. You're looking for mechanics with that little bit of technical difficulty, and Locus of Hexagram is going to give you both. There's these really tricky 1/3 sections with these kick sliders in between the 263 BPM finger control, whereas Fremont 3, it's the sort of mid-2010s style 260 BPM mechanics and square jumps. It's a little bit more gambly than this pick is, so go for the thing that has a little bit more variance, has a little bit more complexity as the higher seed. You're going to be a little bit more consistent than the other guys in theory.
Yep, in theory, Dog Breaking on paper should be looking a lot better in comparison to Quit School. Quit School obviously do still hold the roster. TFG looks to be back, hopefully this time for sure. But yeah, really excited to see how TFG will perform on this DT3. He was supposed to be there for that DT4, but sadly technical issues got him. Same happened when he rejoined the lobby, but this time he is ready to show and stand up where he was needed. As Dog Breaking, we'll be getting the fourth player on the board shortly. Not number 37. He's going to be joining the Quit School side. Probably. And yeah, we got Mishav instead.
Yeah, same tapping roster as previous for Dog Breaking. Aheo Amacetic. They have swapped positions almost exactly. They just mirror flipped which slots they were in, which is pretty funny, but deciding who's going to be in on this map is Quit School. It's Gonza hopping, and I would imagine Zyfrost to be fourth. And there are the players, full mechanics roster for Quit School. And Locus of Hexagram is going to be our DT finger control pick for Dog Breaking, trying to make quick work of these early picks. Of course, these DT maps significantly shorter than the rest of the pool, and it's a very good way if you have the speed confidence to just rack up those points on the board. But Quit School looking to get their breakpoint back after the early one. Gonna have to see how it goes.
Yep, a Locus entry by none other than Chaos Lights, a veteran when it comes to mapping, but let's talk more about the gameplay here now than the map Chalk-Gamer. With an early miss, nothing too scary yet, but it will hurt them a little bit if all the teams manage to FC everything. Maxime, though, iTrack finds an early miss as well on some aim patterns for this DT3. Not a good start there for Dog Breaking, but still a lot of time and a lot of opportunities for misses to be found by Quit School.
Yeah, of course, the technical difficulty of this map is going to be the real struggle. The tapping is involved, and it is rhythmic. You see a couple of 1/6 snaps in between. Some of them are banter breaks, so you gotta wait a just quick moment, but that one from Misha Awa seems to be legit. The one from TFGE was not. So it is a combo advantage Quit School for just a moment, if anything. Halfway point, though, and you see the breaks from Gonza and Zeitfrost. Worst place in the map to break for those FCs. They do have a 600k bit of leeway at the break, but you're seeing the accuracies on those players, those recovery combos. 99.8, 99.6, 99 flat for a 99.3 average on dog breaking. And the build-up is coming back, but that break from Maxim shows a little bit of life in Quit School. Final third of the map, the complexity ramping up, the burst ramping up, all the breaks gonna be coming just about now. Amacetic with that break is 1 FC left remaining, and Chalkgamer TFTE on the double FC is showing some life in this. It's breakpoint for breakpoint, tit for tat, top seed versus bottom seed, and still it is competitive combos just about even after that break from Gonza. The FC from Chalkgamer is still alive. That was the quickest banter break reset I've ever seen. And there is Quit School with a 1 million, not less than 1 million score lead, 800k difference on the DT3 to get their get back after the DT4. And with that, we are tied up 2-2. Quit School's next pick, and it is equalized.
Quit School are still in. Despite how we talked about how good this map is for dog breaking, TFG and Chalkgamer had other plans for this map, and TFG as well. That guy, he was not able to play DT4 last time because of internet connections, and now he comes in, he swoops the map, gets the FC, and gives his team that needed breakpoint that they needed to try and come back into this. The momentum now fully shifted to the side of Quit School. 2 points in a row. They are back in this game, and as the lower seeded team, they are already surpassing a few of those expectations that we had earlier on, but Quit School still have a lot to show, and with this pick, with their pick on the board shortly enough, I'd imagine they will be able to try and take the advantage when it comes to that scoreline. What do you think is going to be their pick now, Haba? Do you think they will go with that Nomad 4 HR2 that we've been talking about prior, or do you think they might go into something like maybe Nomad 5?
Well, unfortunately, Nomad 5 is another map banned, but I do think it does beg the question, like, just general reading comfort for dog breaking, right? Because you have Yolkspie on the team for that super skill cap reading. I would imagine Origin to fill in that reading map as well, with regards to something like Fremont 2. But the HR4 pick sort of gives credence to, like, they want to play a little bit more with their Hard Rock roster here. I think HR2 is going to be solid for them, especially if TFGE is in it. But Nomad 4 is a very similar map. It also features perfect stacks. It also features that snap alt difficulty and the 170 BPM flow aim, the rhythm complexity. This map has it all, just as HR2 has it all, and they're going to be opting for Nomad 4 first.
Yep, we are going the NECA Master route so far. Both HR4 and Nomad 4 both hold that NECA Master artist in their names. And this Nomad 4 obviously does not have any vocals, I think, if I recall correctly. But the map is quite short, 1 minute and 41 seconds long. So going to be a really fast map here for us. Not as short as the DT6 though. DT6 is legendary, but oh well, we're not going to see it today. But yeah, the Nomad 4 is still really excited to see this map. If you could remind us what this map does exactly, Haba, that would be amazing.
Yeah, it's going to be 170 BPM, semi-control tech, lots of snap alt patterns mixed in with some perfect stack alt. Some of them are doubles, some of them are triples. You just have to read the stacks as they come, which on AR 9.7, you would think it's a little bit easier, but on the hidden, it just comes at you quick, so you're looking for that hidden comfort as well. Roster in the lobby, Misha Awa Maxim, looking at this global leaderboard, have gotten FCs on the map in the past hour. So, Misha Awa Maxim confirmed a solid bit of comfort. Nathan Ram and Yolkspie, you can read between the lines on that one. But it's number 37, TFGE on the top row. Those are going to be your hidden players on the side of Quit School for most of the maps that are non-mechanics, as well as Gonza and Zeitfrost, surprisingly enough, to be the other two. over Seifs on this one. Practice makes perfect, and I trust the vision with Gonza filling a little bit more of an all-rounder position in this match so far.
Trust the vision, indeed. But yeah, TFG coming in pretty hot after that last DT3, looking to get even more work done here for Quit School on this Nomad 4, sorry. But yep, the map starts off relatively slowly, but not really anymore, as Maxim and Gonza are going to be the ones to trade their misses earlier on. Never mind, Maxim was a bench break, but Gonza's one was definitely a real one, as the map continues to go on. A quarter of the map now already gone. But so far, so good for both of these teams. Daybreaking, the dog breaking, I gotta stop saying daybreaking, continues to hold on to their combos, and the advantage continues to build in their favor because of the accuracy and that miss from Gonza earlier on. But so far, looking so good here for dog breaking.
Yeah, that 1/3 snap is very tricky, but there's where the quads come in. The quads strike out all three players there, number 37, Yokespie and Maxim. And suddenly, it's back to the recovery combos. You see these early misses on the side of Quit School, but the recuperation is what's important. Unfortunately, not to be as important now. It's Misha Awa and Zeitfrost to trade. Suddenly back, and Nathan Ram running a solo ship. TFGE has been so confident on these maps, but this ult section, so tricky. The slowdown, it really demands your control, and you see the snap in those cursors. It is the two players to look out for. TFGE, Nathan Ram, and Gonza looking so comfortable here. A little bit of recovery combo being built up by Misha Awa and Yokespie, but number 37 has him covered as Maxim finds these chain misses. It's a 3 million score lead from Gonza here, and with this, regardless of what Nathan Ram can do, it's too little too late. It's Quit School to get the break on Nomad 4, and with that, they have taken the lead, and dog break, and they gotta find these consistent picks because it seems like the mechanics aren't going to cut it anymore.
The momentum fully shifted towards the side of Quit School. 3-2. Quit School are looking so confident now, suddenly, especially with TFGE, the one who was spearheading Quit School's comeback earlier on the DT3. And the same happened as well here for this Nomad 4. Surely doing a lot of match cost work here for his team. But yeah, now it's going to be Dog Breaking's turn to pick, and a really good opportunity to try and come back into this game so far. Your pick of DTP, which should have been a really confident pick for them, did not go their way, so now you go back to the drawing board, and I mean, obviously, you still have those options of mechanics maps like DT2 and Fremont 3, but now suddenly it's getting a little risky as Quit School took the momentum on their side. It's time for Dog Breaking to try and come back into this.
Yeah, dog breaking, they just gotta find those 4-way FC maps. I'm sure they have a couple in the tank. I'm looking at something like that Nomad 1, where it's just really easy to be consistent on. It's Barking Mad Dog, some triangle jumps, some bursts. Looking at something like the Fremont 3 as well. Of course, DT3 didn't go their way, but Fremont 3, a little bit more aim requirement involved there, rather than just that pure tapping. But yeah, I don't know. With how that DT3 went, something like DT1 is like just such a pure and raw consistency check, but they're going for it. Regardless, I mean, I don't know. This feels it feels like the dog breaking just has far less certain picks than they had just moments ago after that DT3 breakpoint. It really calls into question at this SR, like where they're going to be able to find the super gappy maps.
Yep, basically, we already have a roster by the looks of it on the side of Quit School. They are ready for this. Number 37, TFG and Zeitfrost and Chalk Gamer for this DT1. In general, if you take a look at this DT1 by itself, I mean, this is the Sennigan map, and the mapper is Cafe de Coral. Another Okorado mentee, does a lot of really comfy maps in general, and I feel like DT1 is probably the slot where you'd probably see this mapper a lot. Maybe Nomad 1 as well in some cases, but yeah. This is going to be your 240 BPM, 2 minutes and 13 second long, just basically a DT1. I don't think there's like anything outstanding about it when it comes to like anything like jump scary or like, this is your DT1 basically. So yeah, the roster on the side of Dog Breaking consists of Amacetic, Maxim, Mishama, and Aheo. They are ready for this, and it's time for them to try and come back, because otherwise Quit School will be running away with the scoreline. So if you want to lock in, you got to do it now.
Yeah, they gotta find these lock-ins. It's rosters in the lobby. It's Gonza, Zeitfrost, Chalk Gamer, TFGE. Same tapping roster as those previous maps. They fluctuated between a couple players in that one slot, but Gonza being the final player in, which I will definitely agree with given the performance on that No Mod 4 and previous tapping maps. It's Maxim, Amacetic, Misha Awa Aheo, same quad for them as well. This map, of course, with it being the Senya DT, it is a little bit easier in this pool, a little bit comfier BPM. It's the 240 long burst. Chalk Gamer with an incredibly early miss again, but that seems to just be like Quit School's thing. They just find these really early breaks and then have no nerves. Living in spirit of intercambing, if you remember the intercambing method of 2021 times. Back in OWC Chile, they are pulling out the stops and making it happen again, but it is going to lead to an early score lead on dog breaking.
Yeah, for sure. Tactical misses coming in from Quit School, but nonetheless, dog breaking continue to hold on to that advantage, especially on the accuracy side. I'm aesthetic with an SS so far, and Misha Ava with a pretty solid accuracy of 99.7% as well. As the accuracy on the side of Quit School continues to be relatively lower in comparison, but it all comes down to those combos. The further map now gone, but the combos are still holding. Those early misses coming back to bite Quit School for now, but as long as we don't see any breaks on the side of dog breaking, that it might be looking quite dangerous for Quit School, but it always can switch in an instant.
Yeah, it's all eyes locked on these FCs. There is one specific pattern at the end of the second Ki where the real diff spike happens. It is 2 hexagonal spaced quints. When that pattern shows up, that is when we're gonna see the tone shift in this map. Because until then, it is very comfy. You're seeing a little bit of cursor shake on TFGE, not as comfy on these tapping maps on the stamina side. But here are those quints. It is the breaks on Zeitfrost on Misha Awa to come through TFGE to follow it up. Unfortunately for Quit School, it is still 3 FCs on dog breaking. And with that, I'm pretty sure it's just the map because the ending is a little bit more of the same. But those space quints, they'll catch you off guard if you weren't prepared for them.
For sure, the spacing on those patterns is quite jump-scaring. Zeitfrost finds another miss, but it ultimately will not matter as dog breaking have already run away so far as Maxime and Amacetic hold on to a crazy good accuracy for this. 99.5% for Amacetic, and Maxime, also known as Ice Truck, with 99.4% as well. A nice FC from the side of Gonza 2 and an FC from Ahio to round it all up, but dog breaking are not done yet. We have a best of 7 ahead of us, 3-3, still 3 maps to find a winner.
And dog breaking looking confident on that triple FC. Very solid accuracy on Amacetic, just 6 100s to the name. Whereas Quit School having a little bit of a rough time on that one. One miss for a handful of players there. The slider break to come through for TFGE. And now it is back to Quit School's pick, and I'm still looking at that Hard Rock 2. No Mod 4 felt pretty comfortable for them comparatively. If they are not opposed to the AR-10 or perhaps the slightly aimier difficulty on that map, it is very similar. A little bit less overlaps, a little bit more focus on the control. There's some cut screen patterns in it as well, but I'd find that to be a pretty solid pick, whereas Chocobo, I feel like dog breaking has the roster for it. Has some solid precision players and reading players alike.
Yeah, but it's Chocobo. I mean, Chocobo is more emotional, right? You gotta go with something that resonates with you, and I feel like Chocobo would be quite an interesting pick for Quit School. But yeah, as you said, dog breaking do have the players to play that relatively well. I mean, you have Yogspa, you have like so many good players on the side of the dog breaking, so it's going to be a very risky pick in comparison, but still the options are there. Quit School, the momentum a little bit stopped by that victory of dog breaking on this DT1, which is also a pretty confident one in comparison, but we get a HR2 instead, and Love Fighter is now here. We've been talking about this map for the entirety of this match so far, and looks like we finally have it. Quit School with another perfect stack map, as well as ult as well. I think it's 125 BPM. How about you love this map, if I recall correctly, right?
Habib keeps on pulling my favorite maps in the game in the HR2 swap. It was, actually no, it was the HR3 last week with, oh god, I'm blanking. Puppet Theater of Tweebox, and now Love Fighter. Like, I love Hippo Cup rules. This is going to be snap aim difficulty mostly, as well as, of course, that perfect stack reading, the slight aim control, and the cut stream patterns. A handful of slider tick difficulty. There's some like slider velocity jump scares in this one if you aren't mentally prepared. This I feel like is going to be solid for TFG, Chalk Gamer, Sips. Feels like a solid roster for this one. Maybe number 37 to hop in over Sips if he isn't feeling as comfy, but remains to be seen on this HR map. It is Ice Shark hopping back in alongside Yolks Pie, still playing the Hard Rock, surprisingly enough. I'm really surprised not to see Kirochi in for this map. It wasn't in for the HR4 either. I know them
I don't think
as
Kirochi was present for this match, probably.
Yeah, I mean, if Yolks Pie is in for every Hard Rock, I mean, probably.
Yeah, I mean, Yuspai did play HR4, so it makes sense why Kirochi, like, that Kirochi is not present for this match. But yeah, the players are ready. We have the rosters locked in. Siv's gone to Zypros Chalk Gamer on the side of Quit School, whilst on the other side we have Yuspai, Mishama, Maxim, and Nathan Ram, 1918 to finish it all off. It's a pick from Quit School, a good opportunity to get the 4th point on the board and retain that lead, but if Dogbreaking take this, then it might be a very dangerous territory for Quit School, so a very key point here at this point of the match.
Yeah, incredibly important here. We'll see in just a moment if that break from Maxim was Bencho or if he's being silly. Looks like silly. Yeah, early break for Maxim, as well as the act dropped from a number of players in the lobby, actually. Gonza Yolks Pie is sharing the same 100 count at the current moment. A couple 100s for Zytfrost and Chalk Gamer to even that out. Hidden Hard Rock on Misha Awa. Misha Awa, player to look out for, gonna be in for pretty much every map in this tournament for Dogbreaking. Such a solid all-rounder on that Hidden, holding on to solid accuracies. Are them, but right now it is just a very slight advantage to Quit School. You're looking at the snap alt patterns, a handful of the stacks, some of the hexagon patterns, the aim control requirement at this BPM is so dicey. It is the flow to take out Nathan Ram just moments after Sips missed on one of those triangles. So still a slight combo advantage to Quit School by happenstance. Star pattern into our first Ki. Big back and forths, and there's one of those sliders. You see Ice Shark with one of the lower acts in the lobby cheesing the slider takes, but this is such a scary map as Gonza. Oh no, is Quit School just gonna fall apart at the halfway point? This is a disaster.
They're collapsing. 2 misses right at the middle of the map. Yolkspai to trade, but still Zypros the only one in FC in comparison to 2 FCs on the side of Dogbreaking. Maxim holding on miraculously through that slider, and Misha Ava as well. That Hidden Hard Rock FC, Nathan Ram finds a miss once again, but the advantage is still there on the side of Dogbreaking. Gonza and a Chalk Gamer continue to find misses, but Maxim and Misha Ava persevere. Zypros to try and contest them on this map. A quarter of the map left. Yolkspai another miss on the side of Dogbreaking. The accuracy not looking good for them as well, but still Maxim though will drop an FC, evening out the playfield, especially with Sif's recovery. This is looking a little dangerous here, but Sif finds a miss. It's Misha Ava and Zypros. It's a 1v1, but it's already, the damage has been done. 2 million score difference here on the side of the Dogbreaking. Continuing to holding on. Misha Ava doing so much work here, and as much as Zypros may try, Misha Ava will be the X factor for Dogbreaking to take the break point on this Hard Rock 2.
Such a tragic chain of events, that ending so volatile. You see the combos on Quit School all hovering around that 450 to 480 range, and that is just about halfway to the FC at 885. It's just significant combo drops at the worst possible place for them. They had an edge for a bulk of that map, but unfortunately not to be by the end of it. And with that, that is a very important breakpoint for Dogbreaking, who will be getting their match point in the next pick if it is a confident one. But again, nothing in this pool feels certain at the SSR for these players. I mean, both of these teams so strong, and I'm really unsure of where they go next.
Same. I mean, we've been talking about mechanics on dog breaking. If you consider that DT3 was a fluke, then maybe you could consider something like Fremont 3 and DT2 once again for the side of dog breaking. And I feel like the players are really confident in those maps in general to try and pick into those. However, if that doesn't work out, then you probably might want to consider even something like Nomad 2. Still mechanics heavy, but not that. Obviously, it's going to be focused on flow aim, 185 BPM. So that also remains as an option, although probably not the best one, but I feel like still dog breaking would probably lean into those DT2s and Fremont 3s.
Yeah, it is going to be Fremont 3. The burst in this one a little bit faster, or a little bit longer than that DT3. DT3 very finger control focused, this more old style, just straight stack shred for the most part, as well as those square jumps present throughout your classic, just triangular angles, very linear, very grid adjacent for Fast Track to Browntown. And with a pick like this, you're seeing the rosters change pretty dramatically. It's number 37 in, but he does do a little bit of aura farming. We'll see if that remains the true roster by the tail end of it. But I would imagine we're going to be seeing probably the same tapping roster as before for this one with regards to TFGE, Sifs, and Chalk Gamer with Gonza.
Yeah, probably. I feel like number 37 is there to look at the timer maybe, but yep, we do get Ice Shark on the side of dog breaking as well. The map by itself, by the way, the Fremont 3 is going to be 266 BPM, so definitely on the higher side of the BPM gauntlet in general. A little similar to that DT3 by 5 BPM, but given the length of this map, 1 minute and 5 seconds, this is going to be a breeze here, and the finger control requirement with those bursts in general, with this and with the mapping style, it obviously feels very, very different from that DT3. So Fast Track to Browntown is going to be the Fremont 3 that might decide the fate of Quit School, potentially, because if dog breaking take this, then they will be going into the match. But I really need to stop saying day breaking. Why is the client like this, man?
Daybreaking is the name of a sword in Skyrim. If you've played that game, maybe it's where the confusion is coming from. But it is the same tapping roster for Quit School. It is Origin's first map in the tournament. Look, observe him. Everyone perceive him. He is playing the game. Can you believe it? He did not play the entirety of group stage because he hates low SR. This is the second highest SR map in the pool, so makes sense. I'm surprised to see him on Nomad on this, honestly, but it is Fast Track to Browntown. It is 263 BPM burst and snap aim. You're seeing the angles come through. It's double hidden for Quit School. Number 37 in over Chalk Gamer in on this one because of the old styling, I would assume. However, it is just about even now because the accuracy of that combo break from TFGE going to be firmly in dog breaking's grasp now.
Oh yeah, definitely not the best place to find the miss. Now everybody can see your score. TFGE will be the first one to break the silence on this map, giving dog breaking a really comfortable advantage so far, but it also plays into the nerves. The psychological effect off that miss will factor into both of these teams so far. Maxim retains the SS so far. The accuracy is looking really, really good for the side of dog breaking, but nonetheless, 3 FCs versus 4 Maxim, a huge chain miss as well. Does shift the equilibrium a little bit, but with the miss from everybody from Quit School, a full collapse there from the side of Quit School. Origin and Hio as well to trade, but Misha Ava continues to hold on with that hidden FC, and by the looks of it, dog breaking will be getting that match point. Wow, that's a crazy collapse there from a lot of these players.
Yeah, right after the square jumps, those bursts immediately after, a little bit longer, a little bit scarier, finding the breaks on the kick sliders was Zeitfrost, number 37, and Gonza. And with that, I mean, that could have been equalized just via that first break from TFGE. If he didn't find the first miss, it would have been really close, like within 200k. So it is a snap Fremont 2 pick after we Quit School's life on the line, and they pick Chocobo. We are gaming.
That they know aura, they know ball. I mean, like, the biggest aura pick for the side of Quit School probably would have been DT6 if it wasn't banned, but oh well. Chocobo. I mean, I don't think this map needs any introduction. 170 BPM, 1 minute and 40 seconds long with the CS of 6 and AR6 and OG6. So there is a triple 6 in this map. Actually, a quadruple 6 given also the HP drain, but we don't talk about HP drain. But yeah, the map, an absolute classic. And I see Roboskin in the chat saying Chocobo, which is really funny. There was like a Russian tournament named Vita Cup, and I think Chocobo was pulled twice in that tournament, just 2 different sets. It's very funny, but yeah.
Chocobo. Dito is back in the lobby. Surely technical difficulties are over. Curious to see how he performs on this one. Seems to be filling more of a reading role on this team, which surprises me. I know him as a bit of an all-rounder, but so far has only been in for that DP5 and now hopping in for this one. Yolkspie, of course, in the lobby because he's Yolkspie, and this is AR6. As for the rest of Dog Breaking, I'm really unsure where they go. Probably, like, Origin 4th player? I know he's really good at Nomad reading. If he does the Nomad density thing on this map, yeah. I wouldn't be too surprised. But it's Misha. It seems like they're going double hidden.
Might be. I'd imagine probably iShark might go Hard Rock as well? Question mark?
I could see that, yeah. And for Quit School, I think they might also be 3-modding. Sifs is a really solid precision player in his own right, so I wouldn't be too shocked to see him play the Hard Rock. That comment from Yolkspie, though, has me think maybe it's all Hiddens and Nomads.
Well, that'd be funny, but knowing iShark, probably not. We'd probably go Hard Rock. I mean, you kind of need a Hard Rock here in some cases, so yeah. But yeah, we have 2 Hiddens. TFG and number 37 with the Hiddens on the side of Quit School. Yolkspie will 100% be playing this with Hidden as well as G and X, while Misha, Ava, and Maxim will be going with Nomad as well as Gonza and Sibs.
Yeah, gonna be curious players on the Nomad here. Gonza, Sibs running that. Just trying to avoid the extra volatility the precision may bring, and confident in their reading abilities, which, I mean, different eras of hidden reading on the Chilean roster for both TFGE and number 37. Makes plenty of sense why they're confident here. Early breaks for both Gonza and Maxim, but only an 8 combo difference. Not going to be mattering too much. Fast Slider not striking anyone out either. Only 2k difference on the break.
This is so emotional. I was to witness a double Chocobo in another tournament. Number 37, Gonza, though, a couple of misses on the side of Quit School gives the advantage to the side of Dog Breaking. The equilibrium fully shifted towards the right. Gonza, another miss as well, exacerbating the situation even further. G next to trade. TFG, another huge chain miss as well as with Gonza, unable to find the combo so far. And with that, Dog Breaking will be running away still. Yolkspie and Misha Ava still with double S's as well as Sifs. But the situation for Quit School is looking quite dark so far, but it always can shift if we find misses on the Ski. Oh, that's unfortunate, yeah.
Yeah, that break from Sifs, there is no combo on the side of Quit School. Yolkspie still holding on to the FC. I think with a 3 million lead, regardless of what Yolkspie does now, I mean, it's all eyes on him to see if he closes up the hidden SS would be unreal. But you know, it's Chocobo, it's Dog Breaking, number 1 seed. Quit School had a solid momentum run towards the middle of this match, but unfortunately, it does seem that Dog Breaking is inevitable. You see the cursor dances, some of the players at Quit School, they do now. And with that, Dog Breaking, very phenomenal performance, locking in towards the tail end, getting those necessary break points, and avoiding any sort of tiebreaker scenario.
Bro. Does he finish that with an SS? There's no way.
It is OD6.
It is OD6. I mean, yeah.
Tweet. He did it. Oh my god. What a guy. What a guy.
What a guy. You've been cosplaying your profile picture there for a second. But yeah, closing this out now with an SS, Yolkspie gives his team and obviously the supporting scores as well, giving a lot of pressure here, a lot of help here for the side of Dog Breaking. But yeah, Dog Breaking taking this match out with a 6-3 lead. Looked a little bit shaky performance-wise in the middle of this matchup, giving Quit School 3 points in a row, basically. But clutching out and finding the key to Quit School's defense as Dogbreaking will be advancing further into the winner's bracket.
Yeah, really solid stuff from them. In Quit School, they can go into the loser's bracket with their heads held high. They took 3 points off the #1 seed, and as the pools get harder, the skill cap is only going to get more difficult. Dogbreaking is only going to get stronger, so they got those points in while they still could, and be a beast in the loser's bracket. So we are going to be departing now for this Hippo Cup 9. We do have another match at 17 UTC. That's going to be casted by Chili Repair and T1G for Beachside Bunny versus Z10AD rank packs. But until then, we'll see you in an hour. And I've been Hubba, he's been Leiden. See you next time.
Yep, see you next time.